What is the fastest way to scale my cleaning business? Well, you know, that's a great question, and I get asked that quite often. So I'm going to give you 5 things that you can do to scale your business quickly. So the number one thing is that you have to identify your ideal clients, and you have to build and work your list. So once you identify your ideal clients, then you're going to build a list and you're going to work the list. You're going to gather the information that you need and be able to start making your contacts with your ideal clients. Now, your ideal clients can be in multiple sectors. You could have professional office buildings, you could have medical, you could have manufacturing. It really doesn't matter, but in each of those, when you identify your ideal client, create that list. And I always tell people to create a list of 300 if you can, you know, in your market. And like I say, then from there you have to work that list. You have to gather information about those businesses and those ideal clients. So you're able to go ahead and contact them either by phone, email, through LinkedIn, and ways like that to start the relationship. The other thing you have to do is that you have to set compounding sales growth goals. That's very, very important. So we identify our ideal client. We're going to work the list, and from that we're going to say, okay, we want to generate $5,000 per month in new sales. So, and we're going to do that month after month. So our sales are going to get compounded. So when we do that, you're going to find that if we're doing $5,000 monthly of recurring business, you're going to have quite a year. We do have a spreadsheet that on the 𝗩𝗓𝗄𝗏.com in the download library that you can go ahead and use that to calculate your compounded growth. You'll be quite surprised on what that does when you have numbers like that, and you can set and you do them month after month after month. The key here is that you cannot lose any accounts. If you lose any business or any accounts, you have to make that up. So for example, if our sales goal is $5,000 a month and we lose an account for $500, well, now the next month we have to make $5,500 worth of sales in order to stay on track. So that's the first thing we want to do. The second thing we want to do is we have to develop systems and controls. That is just really a no-brainer. We have to do that. Every company, in order to be successful, has to have systems and controls in place. And I'll tell you right now, that's not easy. It's a daunting task. I work with cleaning companies every day on doing this. And you know, some of my clients will have teams of people that even with teams of people, it's a heck of a challenge to get this stuff done. Because what you're going to find out is that you're going to use the 5 core pillars of business to develop your systems and controls. And within those, you're going to have hundreds and hundreds of systems in there to build. So, like I say, but that's the key though. If you can do that, then you're on your way to success. Because we have to have our systems and controls in place if we're going to scale quickly. Number 3 is you got to hire the right people. No doubt about it. So, you know, when we're doing that, we got to make sure that we have a great hiring system, and we got to make sure that we have an organizational chart so we know what positions we're going to fill as we're scaling our business. You know, when we get into where we're hiring supervisors and managers, it's very, very important that we hire the right people. You know, I see many times that these cleaning companies, what they'll do is that they'll promote somebody from within, which is great, you know, but in many cases that person does not qualify to be in that position. And let alone that some of them don't even provide the additional training once they put that person in that position, such as a supervisor or a manager. So very important that you hire the right people and give them the training that they need to be successful. If you do that, you're gonna scale quickly. Number 4 is you want to target large accounts. And what I mean by that is that you want to go after accounts that are going to generate $10,000 or more per month in revenue. And if you do that, you can see how fast you can scale your business. You know, some of these accounts that I see some of my clients getting, you know, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 a month. You can see what that generates over a month's or over a year's time. You know, we're talking, you know, over $300,000 for one account. So you can see how easy it would be that you could have, you know, half a dozen or even a dozen accounts and be well over $1 million or $2 million in revenue. So But you have to also remember, though, when you're targeting those large accounts, depending on your service area, you might saturate the market. So when that does happen, all you do is that you just step down a notch. So now you're going to go after your target market will still be accounts, but they'll probably be mid-sized accounts once you captured your market share for those large accounts. So keep that in mind. And number 5 is that you purchase other companies. You do acquisitions. That is one of the fastest ways for you to take market share and scale your business. So what you would do is generally at some point you're going to reach a level. Let's say you're at $5 million, and you've gained your market share in your area, and that number could be $1 million or whatever it might be. But what you can do is that you can actually acquire another cleaning company. So buy your competitor. Do your research and contact them and see if they're open to doing that. See if they're willing to sell their company. But that is the fastest way of scaling your business, and that's what you'll see with a lot of these very large companies. Companies that are doing $300 million a year. That's how they got there, is that they were doing acquisitions, and they were buying companies, at various sizes. Some of those companies, especially when they're at that 300 million range, they're looking for companies that are probably $5-10 million in revenue, and that's how they would scale their business. So something to keep in mind, because that's how you can really scale your business quickly, by doing those 5 things. So, and if you want more information on it, you can always go to 𝗩𝗛𝗃𝗀𝗡𝗢𝗏.com. We got a wealth of information on there on how to scale your business, how to build systems, and we have just a wealth of training programs on there too. So, well, I'm Steve Hansen. I'm co-founder of the 𝗩𝗛𝗃𝗀𝗡𝗢𝗏.com and myhousecleaningbiz.com. Thanks for checking in today, and we'll see you next time.